That is coming up in, I think, about a minute.
6-man final. That's a big one. We must have seen 4-mans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be maybe a little bit hectic. Well, it looks like some of our competitors, some of the ladies heading in. Laura Clayton taking hers to the beach, and there's Sophia DeWolf and Christy Page on the inside, calling it. So that is it for the Junior Pro Girls Repo heat number 2, and the boys 15-17 final will get underway with Dalbert Rivera in red, Peter Shoemakers in white, Omar Smith in bronze, Daniel Russell in blue, Sam Bark in green, and Jeff Erickson in black. And they're going to start right now. And there's Omar Smith and Daniel Russell. They got a little tangled up there. Omar Smith looked like he was deeper on that wave and was driving down the line, and Daniel decided to go anyway. So we'll see what how the judges score that.
Yeah, kind of cool to see Omar. He's going with the more longboard shape. So that's like we were talking about earlier, choosing a board more for the conditions. So, that longboard shape probably has a little bit more stability, probably catches waves really easy, and probably paddles out a lot faster. So against the wind, all that stuff, there's some certain advantages there.
And it'll probably kind of navigate through the bump a little better too.
Yep, looks like we're got a little replay of that opening exchange. As we see Peter Shoemaker drop in left and fade right. And out the back we got Peter. Oh wait, no, that was Peter Shoemaker on that last one. And Daniel Russell catching a set wave and coming unglued there.
Eric. All right, here's Sam Bark taking a look at this little right of the infamous Bark paddleboards familia. Sam looking real good. What nice little floater on the inside. Sam making the Bark family proud. I think maybe folks don't realize that Joe Bark also makes surf SUPs and surfboards as well. So
yeah, Matt Becker did really well at Sunset on a Joe Bark shaped SUP gun, and Matt Becker was definitely one of the standouts of that event in the early rounds. And that board looked like it was the perfect choice for the large surf. He was absolutely killing it.
Yeah, I know Joe was super excited when it happens, as we see Christy Page on the screen there getting some love on the beach for her performance out there. So I think in just a moment we'll send it over to Andre for an interview.
Yep, we got looks like we got head honcho at QB Paddles, Jim Terrell.
Oh man,
live in the box.
Yay! When Jimmy speaks, people should listen, because nobody knows more about paddles and paddle technique than Jim Terrell. Looks like Black trying to get into this left. Not going to happen.
All right, interview with Jimmy Terrell coming up right now with Andre.
Here we go. Jimmy's standing behind us, heckling me. And there we go.
Take a break from the action because I've got with me Quick Blade owner and founder and elite racer, Jimmy Terrell. Jimmy, thank you for supporting the inaugural Junior Pro and Youth Sup Fiesta. Tell us about the new paddle that you've got out.
Well, we made a new paddle this year that's for kids under 100 pounds. We had I kept seeing all these paddles that were too big for everybody in the market, and everyone using their dad's paddle, their mom's paddle. It was like taller than them, bigger diameter shaft. So we went with a flyweight paddle a year or two ago. We launched the market, and it was a good kids paddle, but now we're finding out that the kids under 100 pounds even need a smaller paddle than that. So we got this new microfly, even smaller shaft diameter. It's like under an inch. So if you look at little kids' hands, they're much smaller than our hands. So, and it's just so fun to make good equipment for kids. The kids are getting so good, and their level of performance is coming up. I mean, they need the elite stuff and like good stuff too. So we offer it in an all carbon version, and we make a fiberglass version too. So we're happy to do it.
That's awesome, Jimmy, and that's why we're having this event. There's so many kids that are already at such an elite level, and that's why you've started creating paddles for them, because they should have the best paddles. So let me get this straight. Not only is the diameter of the shaft smaller, but the actual blade size is smaller as well?
Exactly. Like the blades are scaled down. They're like little mini Kanaha, which is like our best-selling all-around paddle. And the width to the length ratio is about right. So when you make a kid's paddle, you don't want to just go skinnier with it or short. So it's the whole thing is scaled down in every way. The shaft, the blade, and everything. And it's about 66 square inches, which is a good 15% smaller than the 83 square inch blades. So we're finding that's working really good for basically 100 pounds and less, which we've got a lot of today.
We do have a lot of. Thanks so much, Jimmy. And we just saw Dalbert Rivera on a wave up and riding. We've got a split screen happening here at the Junior Pro and Youth Sup Fiesta, thanks to Supconnect. And Jimmy, you guys have a slogan. And I'd like to know about the slogan and where you came up with it.
Well, the slogan's train hard, go fast, have fun. And it's what we live by and what I always thought about when I was training. I went to 4 Olympics and was fortunate enough to have been on the national team for a long time. And to get good results, you have to train hard, obviously, and be prepared and commit. But the bottom line is what we do this for is like to enjoy and have a good time. There's no sense in doing some sport that you don't enjoy doing. So what we're all about is like preparing and doing all the things you need to do to go fast and win races. And in the end, that's going to be more fun. Yeah. And then have fun during the process. Whether you're training with a group or in a race, it's okay to joke around and give people a hard time and have a good time on the water when you're doing it. And then celebrate afterwards together as a unit. Don't be be happy for whoever wins and whoever beats you, and then just be happy to be part of something that's like a lot of people having a good time and doing something healthy and getting out there.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Jimmy, for supporting this event and all the events out there, and so many paddlers. And the Quick Blade paddle is train hard, go fast, and have fun. Back to Dave.
And ride the mechanical bull in North Carolina if you get the chance. That's all part of it.
Don't forget about the bull. Dave,
If we can have all the Junior Pro boys and girls check in.
like we're still with us, so I'm going to wait to get back to Dave. And got some great action happening. No, I'm still there.
There we go.
All right, thank you, AV, and always good to hear from Jim Terrell. A lot of knowledge with Jimmy and the way paddles are made and everything it contributes to the sport. It's nice to see him out here and supporting this cause with the grommets
Well, one of the things that we love about Jimmy and what he contributes to the sport is humor. That dude, he is one of the funniest human beings in the world. And anytime you have the opportunity to hang out with Jimmy and the crew at Quick Blade or travel with those guys, you're stoked and you're going to be forever entertained. So, that's one thing, at the end of the day where we do this because it's fun, and it's companies like Quick Blade and Infinity and Surf Tech and Boardworks and, that we take our job seriously, but we have fun because that's what we make is for.
No doubt, for sure.
So while those guys were in the interview, I think they had the split screen on. Sam Bark got probably his best wave of the heat so far.
Yep, Sam got another really good wave, and then also Dalbert Rivera had a great wave too, one of the bigger sets, and a couple really nice front side turns. So unfortunately, we're still unable to see the live scoring.
Here's Omar Smith on a little reform on the inside if he can make it through that little bump, but he does not. And there's Sam Bark taking a look at another wave. Not going to get it. Daniel Russell on the inside, opting for this little inside section.
Coming beach right now, you're going to see the blue jersey. That is Daniel Russell. That's his first wave score of this final.
So Daniel with a short ride, but he's on the board.
The judges will score it. Way out to the left of the movie right there in the red jersey coming right at you. Oh, it looked like he took a couple of hard paddles. Rosie was trying to catch it. Dalbert Rivera.
The Dalbert Rivera trying for a little bump, but not able to stay on his board.
Yep, competitors trying to stay busy.
So the ocean's kind of calming down out there right now. I don't see, there's a little bit of a set coming in down the beach. That may make its way up here. Hopefully as the afternoon wears on, the wind will start to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely still howling, but I do think it was a little more, you know, there's more white caps and stuff like that blazing through the lineup. A few need to go, so
yeah.
Hopefully by the time the Junior Pro Final gets underway, could have some of the nicest.
The wind will switch.
Maybe, yeah, offshore.
Straight offshore. Warm Santa Anas will start blowing. I'm down.
Oh, man.
Here we go, Daniel Russell. He's definitely staying busy in there, but I just don't think that the waves that he's picking off on the inside, those real short rides, are going to offer up what it's going to take to win this final.
Yeah, especially with the, you know, some of the talent in this heat as well. This is the final, so these are your best 15 to 17-year-old sup surf paddlers in this event.
So we got 4 of the 6 competitors staying together out there.
Got a little replay.
Making their way south, okay. And that's Daniel Russell keeping himself busy on that inside right.
As you see Sam Bark scratching into another one, opting not to go. And then I believe that is Jeff Erickson.
Nice.
Lance Erickson's kid. I like his choice as well, using more of a longboard style shape.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how that style and that board compares to some of the more progressive stuff that we've seen. Right now, with these conditions, it's kind of hard to say who has the advantage, if anybody does,
right,
on that style of board.
Right, Sam looked at that one. He's not going to go. As we said, from the famous Bark family.
Here's Dalbert Rivera looking at a nice little left-hander. He's weaving it. Really good, stylish turns there to start this wave. And he's hoping it'll line up on the inside. What he needs is one big, solid turn. And there it is on the very inside in the shore break.
Nice.
Nice little snap under the lip.
Another set on the outside. It looked like, was that Omar?
I think it was Omar Smith on that one.
Yeah. Omar opted to go left. The right looked a little bit better, but he saw potential there, so he went for the left. Here we go with Jeff Erickson again. Doing a little walking on the nose. I'll let